Charlotte, Wiltshire. Yes. Why didn't you come to eat lunch? Oh, hello, this is your artistic wee friend down here. Welcome back to Hello, Charlotte. If you haven't seen the last video, then go check it out. Anyway, let's continue. I believe we have to go to the piano room. Yeah. Hi, Aiden. So you didn't forget about our piano lesson? Oh, good eye. Good. Well then, I'll then come join me. We shall play a prelude to events about to unfold. I join Aiden in the seat. We play a prelude. Aww. Okay. Is that it? Thank you for spending time, Aiden. It's my pleasure. Okay, what is task? There's no task. I think we just go to, I guess we just go to sleep. I guess we just go to bed and go to day 2, I assume. I'm exhausted. Let's have a little nap, shall we? I exhaustedly cover myself with blankets, falling asleep as my head hits the pillows. Uh-huh. What the? Don't know what to say to that. To die, to sleep, to sleep, to sleep, to sleep, or chance to dream. The pinks of time. They're forward and pale cast shells and arrows and archers fortune. What the fuck are you? Ahem. Hello there. Apologies for that little speech test. Your language is a bit tricky, but I'm a fast learner. You don't look so surprised. It's simple. The form your mind gave us. Seems like despite your initial bravado, you're subconsciously afraid of us. It took a more masculine form, although the concept of gender does not apply to us. Feel free to refer to us as Frey from now on, if you feel like it. After all, our appearance right now is one of a male Pythia. Oh, am I dreaming? Technically you are. However, the fact that we'll meet the next time you go to sleep and the next time after that remains. I slumber day by day and wake by night. Wasn't it us just a moment ago? Isn't it easier for you to talk to me this way? Yes, I suppose so. You look sullen. A girl from my class committed suicide. Pity. Were you friends? We weren't. Acquaintances? Not really. Complete stranger then, should it matter? Don't put it like that, we're classmates. You are sorrowful now that she's gone, but you couldn't care less during her lifetime. Have you ever had a conversation? No, she was so unapproachable, an ideal person. What can a miserable person like me talk about with someone that's perfect? Thinking that, you give up completely. That's the same as being indifferent. No, it's not like that. You're exaggerating things, only so that you'll be honest with yourself. Wouldn't anyone be sad when somebody died? I'm afraid I cannot understand that. If that person wasn't important to you up until this moment, why do you feel down? No, even worse, you feel obligated to feel sad. Deep inside, you know you have no reason to be. Why not be true to yourself? Is human empathy such a foreign concept to you? Empathy, huh? Humans have a rather twisted understanding of it. If death of some specimen you weren't involved with bothers you, then why not bawl your eyes out whenever you see a piece of meat on your plate? The animal must have suffered a lot more than some misinterested teenage girl who chose to make your supper delicious, no? It's not the same, you'll say. I didn't. But in the end it is, you're all animals, yet your kind puts yourself above all of them. Oh my, what a plot twist. Who would have known that the concept of empathy applies only to your fellow humans? It truly never ceases to amaze me how humans love to make a mountain out of a molehill. You'll never understand. How can you know the sadness of losing someone if you and Pythias were all connected and united? You stayed even when someone died. Whereas when someone dies, the connection is lost forever. And do you really think it's always that way? That all Pythias willingly gave up their very egos for the sake of becoming one with everybody? Very laughs it echoes through the mind space. Save in the fog if you wish to. Isn't it safer like this? Although I'd love to converse more. It looks like it's time for you to open your eyes. can it be at this hour? Open the door. Door opens on its own. The only time I decided to use the door, nobody opens it. Oh, the irony. No, it can't be. Brother man, what brings you at this hour? Do I need a reason to visit you? Look, I've even borrowed a schoolboy vessel to pretend I'm your classmate in case anyone is here. Which is not the case today. I'll make tea. Now, what's with this suspicious look? I merely come for a friendly chat. You see, I've received no orders from my employer recently, so I took this chance to have a small vacation. So you're slacking off. Don't put it in such an unsightly way. Believe me, even a workaholic like me can't let this opportunity pass by. After all, such a chance comes once in eternity. Our brother man chuckles at his own words. Wonderful, isn't it? I suppose it is. You always seem so busy. And believe me, I truly am. But enough about me, asshole. Well, I helped a classmate today. Oh, you needn't have. Why so? I'll spare the details, but there's something I know for a fact. That boy was destined to die in that alleyway. That's just cool. See, he's a good person. He doesn't deserve it. It's not about deserving, my dear. It's just that his sole existence threatens this world. I put it that way. As long as he exists, this route is doomed for a bad ending, no matter what you or your beloved puppeteer do. Oh, joy, fourth wall breaking. I hope I made myself clear. Anyhow, I'm glad to see you in high spirits despite your worsening condition. Is it that bad? It wouldn't be exaggeration if I answered with a yes. The circles under your eyes have gotten darker, skin color more pale than ever. Have you been eating properly? I don't feel like it recently. Might you have a doctor living under one roof with you? Why don't you pay my visit? Or are you afraid to admit your condition has been worsening even more? Alright, I really should. Yet you haven't done so. I don't want to cause anyone any more trouble. So that's the reason you're reluctant to take measures. I see. You used to be young one too once, you know? It sounds weird when you see it wearing a boy's face. Hostage is merely a vessel to roll, pay it no mind. Anyway, friendly chat aside, recently the number of abnormalities in this dimension have been increasing. Screens and door locks malfunctioning, world expanding, people missing, a living hell. Do you know anything in regard to the matter? Do you have anything to tell me, perhaps? Well, the oracle has my mind. Don't tell me the slumbering god has awoken. Might it be that your body's begun to collapse under the pressure of the oracle's corpse rotting inside of you? When you put it in such a light-hearted tone, I'm almost not worried of what will eventually happen to me. Death is merely our release, my dear. Still, leaving this world might be too early for me, sir. Brilliant shrugs. Well, it is your choice, as it was your choice to stop taking the pills. I don't need those anymore. Right, you don't. Just keep in mind that the oracle is no longer the divine being you met 3 years ago. For it's not but the rotting corpse of a god, no longer sentient nor self-aware, with your very mind giving it shape. A parasite of your mind. That's what my employer would say, anyway. And look at the time, I'm afraid I must leave, or your humble puppeteer will scold me for robbing you of sleep hours. Right, Mr. Seth? See you, Umbrella Man. Stay well. Umbrella Man leaves. I'm soon going to go back to sleep. I'll sleep when my head hits the pillow. And we go back to, I believe, the oracle. Welcome back, Miss Wiltshire. Sorry, I don't feel like talking. That's well. Well then, I won't burn you with the conversation. How about bedtime story? Don't stand so far away. Come sit next to me. Sorry, I'm not very comfortable around you. Is it so? Well, there's no helping it. It's all a dream, remember? Make yourself at home. I reluctantly sit beside Fred. Now, back to the story. Do you know the tale of Ink and Paper Princess? In our land during the pre-Oracle era, it was part of a psychological test. It was made to be unfinished, and the one who read it had to write the ending themselves. Surprising how much one can learn about another person just by having them write a few sentences. Now, this is my version. I don't have any other choice, do I? So much for free will, right? Well then, a pitiful ink-black princess that looked for minds like who ended up in prison of Paper Kingdom. But the story didn't end here. Time passed, and Paper Princess herself came to visit the prisoner. Two became acquaintances shortly after, and the Ink Princess was freed from imprisonment. Ink Princess taught Paper Princess writing, and no paper in the city was blank anymore. They obtained power known as knowledge. Paper Princess couldn't be happier. Yet, having spent so much time with the Ink Princess, she became stained with Ink Princess's pitch black color. Day by day, Paper Princess became more and more soaked in jet black ink, until she was indistinguishable from the Ink Princess herself. That would be the end of the story. She will sleep, huh? By the way, oh there, Mr. Seth. Isn't that how Miss Wheelchair calls you? What a joke. You must be thinking you're in control. What are you even here for, I wonder? You aren't even supposed to exist in this world. No, you must be looking for answers, but I'm afraid they won't be getting any, because you see, Miss Wheelchair is an unreliable narrator. It's getting worse. What time is it? Oh no. Henry hates it when I'm late. Hurry, use the warp. Sure. Of course, at least skipping school is against the rules. You should know better than anyone. Dago, get up, go to school, and go back to sleep, remember? Can I go? Time for working on that. I want to save. I wanted to save, though. Andre doesn't even turn her head in my direction. Miss Warhol, I lovely tap her shoulder. Andre finally turns around. She's on the verge of tears. Charlotte Wheelchair. Yes? Why didn't you come to eat lunch? Oh, sorry. I waited until everyone left to the bell rang, but you never came. Henry began tearing up again. I'm sorry, I guess I wasn't quite myself yesterday. One straight after that happened, you know. Henry locks me in a hug, hiding her face in my sweater. Her hold is so strong I couldn't barely breathe. Don't want to spend time with me more. I thought you hated me. I thought I pat Henry's head. There's no way that could happen, right? Friends don't bend each other. Yet you did the opposite, you liar. Please forgive me, I won't do that anymore. Do you promise? I promise. I just swallow 1,000 needles if you break it. I'm assuming it's this. Let's start our lesson. I think that's what it said. Today's topic is the world. The house is the world. Oh my god. The house has 11 floors in total, with its structural elements. Oh my god, that is... Okay, you know what? You read it. I'm not reading all that. Oh my god, what the... Look, food in the house is generated by cubes. The waste is disposed of by omnicubes. Everything with omnicubes. Oh my god. Wait, this seems important. It is speculated that the 11th floor is populated entirely by omnicubes whose intelligence exceeds humanity's by... Not again. Are you okay, Miss with... Yeah. I'm alright, you need to use the bathroom. You may go. Where to? The third floor. Let's go to the third floor. Tab doesn't work. Problem into the sink, it becomes black from the ink. Ooh. Ugh. I noticed he's standing by the sink nearby. Man must have been spending so much I didn't notice him. She washes his hands and face again and again, frantically pressing the soap dispenser button over and over. After he puts a hand on her shoulder, it stiffens at the touch. Somebody, you get blisters on your hand. I can't wash off most of the soap, but I still feel dirtied. Soap? Well, I'll soon smash my head into warm soup. Warm or warm soup? Must have felt horrible. Yes. In fact, everything I've touched feels contaminated. I can't shake the feeling of disgust. I see. Suddenly conscious of myself, I removed my hand from C's shoulder. How about you? You don't look well. I've been better, I have to admit. But I managed. Is that for me? Is that so? Oh, the last time I said it, I left my bag there. See you later. I moved to see we was back a little uncertainty as if touching a new gesture. What's that mystery floor? Yeah, I'll look at it later. Wait, where'd she go? My bag's gone. What is it? What is it? I'm sorry, I can't find my belongings. Slash. I do so much. It's okay. See if I can go look for it. Should I go too? Why would you, Miss Whirl? Because I want to help, of course. 2 ways are better than 1. Okay, you can go. Henry runs to me with a happy grin. I'll help, Charlie. Thanks, Henry. I appreciate it. Look for the bag. Yeah, but wait, where was she? Shouldn't she have been right there? Huh. Garden, go outside. Yes. Charlie, are these yours? I don't know. All the pencils and pens are covered in mud. Look at your suit, right? This textbook costs a lot. There's another textbook. I wonder who did this. And I like this one with the picture completely soaked. Maybe there was some kind of misunderstanding. There's no way it is. Henry picks up another notebook. Did I do something wrong? Even the pages of my book of truth are torn out, even though I work so hard at keeping it tidy. Those bastards, how did they do this to you? I think it's some kind of mistake. There's no way it is. Like I said, it's okay. Forgive all. Enough of this. I'll report it to the teacher. And I leave so I can protest any further. Looks like we found everything. I don't feel like going to class anymore. Let's go home, Seth. Oh, wait. I have to go here. Oh, took you long enough. What happened? Something wrong? You're covered in blood. Don't worry, it must be mine. That's exactly what I'm worried about, stupid. You need to see Huxley now. It's nothing important, really. Uncle Charles ejected from the sick. Felix clumsily dragged me to the basement stairs, tucking me by the sleeve. What were you doing, even? I talked to God today. No, this looks worse than that, I thought. Might as well check your brain function, too. I should start with good or bad news. Just kidding, I was going to tell you the good news first, anyway. Well, good news is that I know what this is. Bad news is that it's nearly incurable. I see. So what exactly are these, Uncle? Heart wounds, as I'd like to call them. This kind of disease is quite common for those in your adolescent period, just like you are now. When you're stressed, anxious, or hurt by words and actions of others, those wounds inflicted upon you will manifest as scars on your body. Mostly on your arms, to be more specific. It's not lethal, but it will cause you some minor inconveniences. Besides, this disease is that although your body will become vulnerable, mind will receive less damage. Isn't that wonderful? I suppose there's nothing to laugh about. No, don't be so harsh. Can't you see our little Miss already has a weak immunity to your environment? Whatever. Get back to work. You forgive him. No, I'm not angry. She said I don't understand why he is. You must be worried about you, am I wrong? You shouldn't be. Don don't deserve that. You must be thinking otherwise. Take care, little one, will you? Worry not. Seth will make sure of it. I'm sure he will. Good night, Dr. Knoxville. Sorry for troubling you at this hour. It's nothing. Remember my clinic's motto? Healthy people are not welcome here. So there, feel free to visit when you're sick. Now I'll get back to work. Social stamina is increased. Go to sleep. Okay. Good night, Seth. What the? Rise and shine. Prey waltzes around the room. You see, I've done some rearrangements in this place. Doesn't it become lovely? I do something about the fog, too. Also, I brought you clothes. Put your hands up, and voila. Now we're one of a kind. Pray. Yes. What are all these books doing here? Let's call it a mind library. See, memories are stories from the past that we retell ourselves. Once you're gone, you're no longer the person you used to be, but I'm drifting away from this point. Stories are meant to be kept in books, right? Many books make a library. There you can find every memory, every feeling, every action you've done or considered doing. All possibilities are written down right here. Some stories are better off being forgotten, however. I've selected a variety of especially interesting memory journals for you. Feel free to read them if you feel like. Even if your memory is still fresh, I believe your material will be delighted to know more about people you've associated with. How I met Aiden. I was 9. It was during Christmas when I hid under the sofa in order to catch Santa Claus with a rope and a bottle of chloroform. The one who came through the fireplace wasn't St. Nicholas, it was a horned creature in this set. Come out, mischievous one, I can see you, he called unwillingly. I had to comply, hiding the chloroform behind my back. You're not Santa Claus, I declared, a bit disappointed. I am widely known by the name of Krampus, the beast, and so proud of himself. So Santa won't come. I sighed, sulking even more. Santa Claus brings gifts to good children only. I come to punish those who misbehave. The beast continued, but I'm a good girl, declared confidently. And I may ask why you feel this way? Mom says so. Even though she barely sees you, how can she make that statement? Mom's always right. She always says not to talk to strangers, I asked, pouting. In a swift movement, I brought the chloroform to the creature's face. Seconds later, he was sprawled on the floor, motionless. It's a pity you're not Santa Claus. I exclaimed over and over him. Slowly, I dragged the body down the stairs to the basement. What's the commotion about? The two figures peeped out of the section room's door for him. It has been an conqueror of his Florence. You were friends. What didn't you say earlier? Ever since he found a new bright yellow hazmat suit, and was no longer called B12, and it was constantly in a great mood. There were barely any signs of the moody person he used to be. Might help me with a bit, I smiled, sweating. Sure, what do you want to do with this? Dissecting research eating, perhaps? Bennett asked mischievously. No, I want to become friends. How do you plan to do that? Florence gave me a worried look. I looked at the ceiling as if the answers were there. Make him sign a contract, maybe. Perhaps I was a mischievous girl after all. Memory end. I met Bennett at Huxley. I was 8. On one of the days when I went home alone, they appeared out of nowhere on my doorstep. There was a small rhythmic knocking at first. Knock, knock, knock. Repeating over and over again, I still knew I shouldn't open the door. But they told me not to, no matter what. Children don't disobey their parents. When I was scared of the unknown, I crawled under the bed to hide beside the monsters and beneath it. I felt safe among them. As time passed, the knocking got louder and louder and louder until I couldn't hear Barrett anymore. I was adamant on staying under the bed until morning come, and I heard the door opening with a click sound. Someone came in. My room had no lock, so I ran to the bathroom. However, I was too slow. A figure in a hazmat suit covered my mouth. The other hand curled around me in an iron hold. Shh, the intruder whispered. Don't make a sound. Another figure had a mask on. The one plague doctors from horror movies would wear. He spoke like a doctor in an understanding, polite voice. We're sorry to interrupt you, but I'm afraid we have no place to go in this cold. And the other households we've turned to expressed quite an inadequate reaction to our humble plea for shelter. After being turned down so many times, we figured we'd force our way in. You see, we're so very tired. Do you live alone? The person in the hazmat suit asked in a hushed tone, hissing at me. No, was my simple answer, and a voice hoarse from fear. That of Umbrella Man and his quiet presence in the room. How good would it be if he appeared sooner? He was nothing like those violent strangers. All right, you gotta keep your secrets, little one, the doctor asked. The only option I had was to nod in approval. Great, Bennett, dear, if you would be so kind to release the child, use no threat. You're too trusting, the other grumbled. Am I? The taller person let out a loud laugh, sending shivers up my spine. See, I am a doctor. Continued figures. However, my stay in this place is highly confidential, so I won't let anyone on our tail. Please do respect that and keep our stay a secret. If you don't, I'll kill your parents, Bennett said in a casual tone, as if it wasn't a threat. Father doesn't come home these days, I replied, saddened by the fact. Sorry, just your mother then? That settles it, the doctor being now, little one. Company us to the bathroom, for I am awfully hungry, I could eat a human. The smaller man elbowed him out. Sorry, that was a joke, a bad one. Doctor quietly backtracked. In the morning, found the two peacefully sleeping in the bathtub, having eaten all the soap and shampoo on the shelves. Next day, they settled in the basement, and a week later, I was doing all kinds of errands for the research, collecting bugs, buying year's supply of soap with the funds of my money jar, helping to carry out bags with unknown contents on a daily basis. Of course, I made sure Mom never went to the basement at night. Berlin appeared weeks later, only to pat my own forehead and assure me that he'd keep an eye on them. Orient. Perhaps you'd like to join me in reading, Miss Frey chuckled. All right, I'm rereading an anthology of Greek myths for the story of Hades and Persephone. They said that Hades, the god of the underworld, captured the beautiful Persephone, the goddess of springtime. I believe it was Persephone who captured Hades, and his heart and mind belonged to none other than her since the moment they met, which was quite rare for a Greek god considering, even though the pomegranate seeds Persephone eat urged her to return to underworld for half a year. She was allowed to live on the surface for the rest of the time. Just like you came back here only during the dream state, or is this comparison too much of a stretch? I'm too carried away with words. Oh my, seems like someone's fallen asleep already. Sleep well, princess. So, skip to day 6 at the pains. Are you alright? There's nothing to worry. I just need to wash my face, that's all. Today, too. I'll get up, go to school, and go back to sleep. To the bathroom. Can I save? Please let me save. Let me go and save real quick. You're gonna make me go to the bathroom first, okay. Bennett? Oh, just you. Hi. It's rare seeing you without the mask. It's easier to blend in with the ground saver considering the environment I work in. Does your face still hurt? A bit, not much. Not to the point of being unable to sleep anyway. Ever since Henry removed my eyes from the internal organs, I've been just fine. Apparently these artists don't like when soap gets into them. You need to use a sink, right? Yes, I've been coughing up ink lately. Ink, huh? Maybe you should collect this. You can make a fortune on selling ballpoint pens. Already have to run. Gotta finish business in the violet room before a game of cheers starts. Bennett seemingly satisfied with this financial proposal, leaves the bathroom. Wash my mouth and face until the ink stains become barely visible. Now that's better. Alright. Something I want to go get before we go to school. This is Felix. Can I save? Let me save. I can save, thank you. That ends this episode of Hello Charlotte, episode 2. So, if you enjoyed this, subscribe, check out the stuff I've done, and see you next time.